Guys. So I'm gonna approach this drawing like we do it in class. I hope that didn't mess up that I hit the camera. No, we're good. Okay, so excuse me. When I'm talking about this in class, um, you don't have to do the whole thing, get the whole thing in there. In fact, the first shape you draw, I would draw it kind of, I would draw it decent size in here. So there's less shapes you have to draw, and you're actually just taking a little bit of a care. You're only hitting on like a close up of that thing. So I'm going to start. I'm going to tell you where I'm going to start, but once again, your point of view is a little different than mine. So at the end of this, I'll bring the camera over so you have my point of view. So I'm going to work on this shape in here, right in here. And so I'm going to start up in here, go up in there, cut across there, come down this leg inside. Then I'm going to hit back in here. I'm going to have to come across there till I hit here and then there. So my shape is going to be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 sides. Okay? And it's kind of like contour line drawing. You're staying on the outside of the shape of the object, right? And you are following the edge and you're trying to get a sense of how long it is, what the angle of it is, how long that line goes, and then the next angle. So I'm going to go up in here, and I'm going to start up in here, and where I'm starting is right up in here, right? And I'm going to, it's just one, like, you can think one line, you come down a little bit more. And what I'm trying to get at is see what this length is. I want to get a sense of how long that is, right? There, and I'm going to say, like, you know what, when I get about there, that looks pretty good. Now I'm going to just go down and just that. It's just one long line. All right. Now I'm going to come across here, and I'm going to go down along this lower rail right there, and then shoot across till I hit that back there. All right. So I shoot across here, down, right? And I'm thinking about the angle, and I'm also thinking about the length, and I'm trying to capture a sense of that. And I go there, and I go, okay. And now I'm going to go up in here along that back rail, right? And I'm hunting for that angle. And I feel like that looks like a good angle. And I'm going across, cross, cross, cross. And you know what? That line seems to be close to that length, I think. Maybe a little shy. But once we see that shape, then we'll be able to tell if we caught it or not. So now I'm there, and I hit this in here. Where this touched this, I'm going to shoot up, right? And so I'm shooting up now, right? And I'm not going to go just all the way up because I know this is at an angle here too. So I just want to get a sense of that there, right? And oh, this line here is going to be pretty much parallel to this line in here. And if I see it right now, I go like, oh my lord, that's pretty close right there. So let's see what happens if we go in there light, right? And we go there and there. And I go like, that's pretty close to parallel. So I'm glad I caught that, right? But what I discover is that this line seems a little short, right? When I'm looking at it. And I go, yeah, it seems a little short. This guy seems good. That seems good. That seems maybe a little long. So what I can do, instead of drawing it longer and adjusting here because that feels good, it just seems a little long. So I'll go in there and I'll look back at that shape and I go like, yeah, that's pretty good. That's a good shape. All right, now I'm going to go over in here and I'm going to drop this shape down in here that I see. Right in here. It's another triangular shape. And what I know is, I know that this rail here has a certain width. So I'm going to go in here and look at that width and try to get a sense of how wide it is. And it looks like it wants to be about that wide. And I know that I'm on the inside of that back leg, so I'm going to just continue that line down, right? And I'm going to go down into there. And then I'm going to follow this. I know this is parallel, so I'm going to do this parallel. I'm on the bottom of that rail, right? There we go. And I know this guy continues through at the same angle, right? Because it's all like they're all parallel up there. Everything's connected. And I'm going to continue that guy in there. In like that, right? There to there. So now I got two shapes in there, and I can look at that shape and I can go like, yeah, they're pretty good. So now I'm going to continue this. There's a little triangle up in here. If I continue this guy through, it's about there, there, and that's going to be parallel too. So there it is. Oh my Lord, I'm liking this negative shape drawing. So I'm there, those three, right? Now, if I know that this is the width there, and I know this width and this width is pretty close, so I'm feeling good about that, I'm going to continue over in here and hunt for over in here, this shape. And then I'm going to continue this down here. All right? Now, this guy keeps going over. This guy goes over to there. All right? And then there's the leg continuing down. But it's the back leg, right? And I go in here, and I go here. And from where I'm sitting, the back leg pops out a little bit, right in there. And then this leg comes down more. Now I'm on the front leg, but I'm on the left side of the leg. And there it is, and I think that that leg looks like it wants to go, oh man, it might go off the bottom of that rectangle, right? So we'll leave that, and we'll see what, we'll leave that there. I'm over here now, and if there's that guy, the foot in the back, and it's parallel to that up there, then if I come down here, that'll give me my length, and it's about there I want to be. So I come down to there, and let's finish off this side. Then I get into the leg, the back leg on the left, and I come up with that. I'm looking at that curve there, right there. And I know I can take, this is going to be parallel all the way up, right? So I'm going to just take my time and go like in here, and it wants to be parallel to the edge of that line in there. So I'm just going to take my time in there and there, there, up in here, here, and here. There it is. It's not, it bends in a little bit, but I'm happy with that. So there it is. There's the beginning. I look up in here, and all I see is chair, so I don't have to worry about that. Then I'm going to go over here, and there's some shapes over in here that I need to take care of, right? So there's only 47 seconds left, but that gives you the idea, right? So what I want to do is continue this, and before this ends, I'm saying, I'm going to finish this, and then I'm going to do another one, and then I'm going to explain what I want to do in here. Okay? Let me get this up, and then we'll see you in a little bit.